Good evening all, Zone 3 for me this week. I can't say I'm surprised, and I can't really criticise where it is, because you may remember that last Tuesday and Saturday on the update video I said I've got no idea where to go here, so I'm in no position now to criticise where they actually have gone. If anything, I might be able to criticise the judging, but we'll get to that in a minute. So where was I? Zone 3, nowhere near it, but I had a choice. If you remember, the choice was, do I follow his line of sight or do I follow his line of sight, which is further up? And I tried to sort of go further up, but slightly to the left. And I think I went further to the right of the average. And I think the average was in Zone 3 as well this week. I can't remember, I haven't checked. But yeah, that's where they were this week. And a lot of people had gone further to the left. I'm not sure they'd gone that high, to be honest, but I'm sure some of you did. But yeah, I mean, I can't criticise where it is, because basically most of us didn't have a clue. We've taken a stab in the dark. So talking in the judging, let's have a look. So 8 judges this week, and quite a big spread from the judge. Now it's worth noting here, there's no cluster as such. None of them are really, no two judges thought the winning cross was in the same place, or the centre of the ball even was in the same place. They've all got a completely different opinion of where it's going to be. So let's take a moment to look at that, because they are quite well spread out. Let's skip on to the end and have a look where they've gone, because I know which one. I've already looked, in fact, and they take out this one at the bottom right here. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that, because I don't think it's far enough away from the others to warrant it. But when I skipped through it about 10 minutes ago, before I went to grab a blueberry muffin, because it's hungry work this, making these videos. Before I went to get a muffin, it looked like he was putting his magnifying glass over, and all these were in the magnifying glass area, and this one down here wasn't. But I'm not entirely sure that was a good idea. Now, we've seen what they've done in the past. They've left them in or taken them out so they can manipulate where they want to go, nearer or further away from the hotspot. Obviously saves credit. But this moving that out would have moved it nearer to the hotspot, and yet they still did it. So I'm a bit confused by that. But yeah, I think they should have left this bottom one in. But let me just skip to the end to show you. See right there, they've taken Kieran Fitzgibbons out on the bottom right there, which has narrowed it down a bit, but I'm not convinced they should have taken that out. But either way, can't be helped. I wasn't expecting a knock at the door today, and I wasn't surprised. So let's have a look at this week's picture then, because this week's picture is even trickier. Now, there's my first cross, which may be nowhere near where I put the cross by the time I submit one, but that's where I've gone, because I had a little look earlier on this afternoon, and I've moved it 2 or 3 times already, because I was a fair bit further to the right, and I've gone there now. So why have I gone there? Well, we can see one of his eyeballs, which is going up sort of in that direction, to me. The other one I'm not so sure we can see clearly. It looks like he's going off over here somewhere, but then when you take it, that would be the size of a ball there, not the size of just a cross. So he could be looking at the edge of the ball there. So I've just gone with the one eye there. This fella over here, can't really see his eye properly, so I've tried to go by the angle of his head more than anything, and I've gone that way, along that direction there. Because if I look at the guy on the left hand side, it looks like he's planning on intercepting the ball to take the ball, because his arms are forward. If he'd headed it, his arms would have been back, as to use as thrust then. So, and he's committed to sort of leaning right back or leaning over, so it looks as though the ball is coming down to him, and the fact that he's leaning that far back and he's committed to almost falling over, it's got to be almost on top of him, which would fit in with the guy on the right hand side, the way he's looking at it. I don't think, for his head to be like that, there's a possibility that he might have headed it, but then that doesn't fit in with the other guy. But of course, these photos are made up. They're different players from different scenes, so this scene would have never existed. They've just been, various people photoshopped into it. So that's what I am at the moment, 19491144. I'll put that as my the first one in the comments. So let me know what you think of where you should be. So submit a coordinate then before the weekend. And we have a worth remembering as well that it does say at the top of the BOTB website that whereas they usually do the draw on a Monday and surprise a winner on a Tuesday, they'll be doing the draw on Tuesday next week. Obviously Monday's Christmas Day, so they'll be surprising a winner on Wednesday. So that naturally follows that I won't be making a video on Tuesday because there'll be no winners video to look at. So it'll be Wednesday for the video next week. There'll be one Saturday, of course, to see what the average is. But on that note, leave a coordinate, guys, and we'll have a look on Saturday where we think the average will be. I think this week was a bit of a disaster, but most of the time they're pretty good. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment on that one. I think I might juggle it about and move it about, and I've got all week to have a look. All right then, Revcomps. I don't know how many of you play Revcomps, but of course there's no draw next Monday. What they have done, you can see these ones with early bird on the top. Last night they added more cars and another bike for Thursday's draw because there won't be one next Monday night. So what did they add? Mini Cooper S JCW, 4,000 tickets, near enough. Audi R8, 2,000 tickets. I can't remember the price on that. They were quite expensive. And a Range Rover Evoque R Dynamic. That's the D180, the diesel. 10,000 tickets on that. Tickets are cheap. They're just under a £5 at the moment. And I was tempted. But then I remembered about, and I can't even remember if I mentioned this on the video, that I'd watched a couple of videos 2 or 3 weeks ago where the prices on these second-hand have absolutely plummeted because the insurance is a nightmare. Because 90 Range Rovers a day you're getting stolen in London. So the insurance is absurd on them. And like they're all going through the auctions because nobody can sell them. So that's what stopped me buying a couple of tickets on that. Which is a shame because I do like them. I did have a ticket on the Porsche ready for Thursday. That's under £1,000 alternative. I got 2 on the camper. And as a last minute thing, just before the early bird ran out, I wanted to buy another ticket. So I bought 1 ticket on this Golf GTI Performance, which was about £7 at the time. But then, of course, buying that ticket got me into the credit draw. And the same day, or perhaps the following day, I had an email to say I'd won a tenner credit. So I spent £7 for a ticket on this Golf GTI and won £10 back. So basically that was free plus £3 towards something else. I think I got about £12 in credit in there now. So of course the next draw will be Thursday, and then I would imagine next draw after that will be the following Thursday. But that doesn't matter because I'm going to win something Thursday. In fact, the Porsche is the first choice, obviously, for 100 grand. And the second choice then will be the pop-top camper. And last choice, makes it sound like it's trivial, but the last choice would be the Golf GTI. Anyway, that's it. Let me know how you got on, guys, and leave a coordinate for the weekend, and we'll make another video. So, thanks all, and good luck.